Hello and welcome to my Arty update. This is my first update of the year, so I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you a happy new year. Over Christmas time I've mostly been working on book 10 of my doodle book, and I do feel like this is my best yet. There's been a couple of dud pages, but overall I really am quite happy with it. Some of you will have seen that I picked up this circle template from Hobbycraft. It's got various size circles, which, I feel like it's just given me a little bit more to play with than just drawing around the inside of these rolls of tape. So I've been playing around with different size circles and putting different patterns inside. Obviously some of these are, patterns that I use all the time, but just laid out in a different way. And what I've been trying to do is to take the elements that I like and work them into the next picture. Now I really liked this kind of swirl in the bigger circles, so I tried it in smaller circles. And here I'm just using my coloured gel pens. This one I tried to do a different pattern in each of these big circles. I really like it, and what I tried to do then was take one of the patterns and try to just do it in one picture. What do I say about it? Well, yeah, it's not great. It didn't work out quite as well as I'd hoped, but that's the whole point, isn't it? I really like this pattern as well. I think I could work on that a bit more as well. And I also like the edging around the edge here as well. It's quite hard when you spend about an hour or so, or maybe 2 to 3 hours on one drawing. I don't know about you, but I get all these thoughts and ideas in my head. Oh, let's try this, let's try that. And by the time I've finished it and I'm ready to do the next one, I've moved on in my head to something else. So I put all these little tabs in, and just to try and remind myself, go back and look at that one again. This one I've done as a full process video, and that should be going up shortly if it's not already gone up. I haven't checked my schedule. I need to draw up a whole schedule for the next few months, so yeah. Watch out for this one. And again on this one I did a variation. I tried to do these lines above and below as well, and I tried a different pattern in the circles. I've just been trying to progress my ideas a little bit more. On this one I used bigger circles, and I don't think it had quite the same impact as the smaller circles. But that could be because of the colours that I've used, or the edging, the dark edging that I've used. But it's just about having a play and finding out what is aesthetically pleasing. Then I had a bit of a change. So this one is based on a neurographic design. I did the lines in pencil first, and then I outlined those lines and rubbed them out. I used my Inktense pencils on this one, and this was the start of me just having some experimental time over the Christmas period. On this one it was a similar idea. I drew the lines in pencil first, outlined them and rubbed them out, and on this one I used the ink diffusion technique. If you haven't seen me do that before, I'll try and remember to put a link in the video description for one of my videos where I've used this technique. Now on this one, as if having lots of smaller circles wasn't enough for me with this, I decided to dig out my compasses, a pair of compasses here. You can't use a pen in here. It's far too small to fit a pen in, so you have to use a pencil. And basically I did the circles with the pencil, and then I went around them very carefully with the gel pen. I'll probably do this one as a full process as well, a similar design, not necessarily exactly the same. I'm going to take out the elements that I like and work with that. Yeah, I should also say, whilst I'm on the subject of this page, I picked up these Decotime Metallic colouring pencils. Now the last lot of colouring pencils I picked up was Staedtler, and I didn't like them. They were really hard, the colours were awful, and unfortunately they were so bad that I didn't even feel like I could pass them on to anyone else. So unfortunately they've made it into the bin, which is, you know, pretty bad. However, I haven't given up on coloured pencils yet, and I saw these metallic ones and they were only about £3 for 12, and I thought, well, let's give them a go. So that's what I've used here, and I've been using them on quite a few pictures in this sketchbook so far, and what I've found is that they're actually really good. There's been one colour that I've used so far that I haven't liked. That was really hard and it gave a very poor colour. But on the whole, this blue one and this gold one, you know, I think they're very nice to work with actually. So it's quite likely that in the future, if I see another pack of these, because they do all kinds of colours, all kinds of sets, I might pick up some more of these because I'm quite impressed. I'm not an expert on coloured pencils. I haven't really used them since I was at high school. Well, secondary school really, that's what they used to call it in my day, but yeah, high school these days. I find that they're really soft to apply, apart from the one that wasn't. I'm not entirely convinced by the triangle shape. I think I'm just old school and so used to using pens that are circular, but maybe I'll get used to that. Maybe I will. And they're quite interesting as well because they've got like a black wood there. I don't know if that is anything special to write home about, but yeah, it's different. So I used the coloured pencils again on this page as well, and I did like a gradiated effect. Is that right? I don't know. My brain's not working properly today. I quite like this effect. It's very subtle again, but I would like to develop that further as well. More coloured pencil. So for this one, I went back to revisit some of the Zentangle patterns that I had looked at in previous sketchbooks. I would like to get better at this. I'm not very confident with repeating the swirls. I find it quite difficult. I don't know about you, but I genuinely find this kind of Zentangle pattern, all these different shapes and swirls and leaves and things, I really do find it quite difficult to do. I was quite pleased with this picture, but it's too busy, way too busy, and I need to find a way to find the balance between aesthetic and intricacy, if that makes sense. I don't know. I tried again, and this one again was way too busy. But there are elements that I really like. I really like this. I love the wave pattern. And I like this central design here that I tried on this one here. I really do like that. So expect to see a little bit more of that in the future as well. On this one, I went back to, can't find it, this style. And this time, rather than filling in the bubbles, I filled in the backspace. I used my Inktense pencils again on this, and I've really enjoyed using the Inktense pencils in this sketchbook. You'll see a few more in a minute as well. This one, I went back to the doodle designs that I did in book 9 and book 8. I find these quite therapeutic to do, and unfortunately the colours weren't particularly great. This one was the Decotime pencil that I didn't like the colour of, and that one has gone in the bin because it's awful. It didn't go on very well at all. And then, yeah, again I went this size circle, and using my pair of compasses I did the rest here. And there's lots of little elements in this I really enjoyed doing. I think this was Inktense pencil as well. Yeah, Inktense in Apple and Baked Earth and Teal and Blue. And here I went back to this one to try and recreate in different colours, and it really does change the overall look of the picture depending on which colours that you choose. This one was a combination of Inktense and the gold Decotime pencil. I've been really enjoying using the Inktense pencils, and I think I'm going to do a few more of those as well. This was a repeat of one of my earlier designs. I've done a similar as a full process. I just wanted to see if I could refine the composition a little bit more. Not sure if I've succeeded, not sure if it's the colours are failing on this one. I actually haven't given up on that one either. There's just so many pictures and designs that I feel like they need a little bit of tweaking, but I'm not always sure how. This one was a combination of circles and Zentangle style leaves. And then I went back to basics for a couple of pages, just some straightforward neurographic art and filling in with some decoration and colour. And the same on this one, I just did squiggly lines around the page. This one didn't really turn out the way I hoped, but you know, it's fine for practice and ideas. This one was revisiting one of my full process videos using the circle template. I wanted to fill in a few more circles and try and fill the page with a bit more oomph, and I do like this one. I do like this one very much. I think next I'm going to try with horizontal circles rather than vertical circles, if you see what I mean. Again, just playing around with the compasses. So this one is what this one here should have looked like, but didn't. I drew a spiral, a wiggly spiral, and sectioned them off and then repeated the pattern within the spiral. I decided not to add colour to that one because I thought it was quite effective as it was. And again, just some straight neurographic art. This one, I like this one. I very much like this one. It reminds me of the inner workings of a machine. Unfortunately, the colours let me down. The gel pens were a bit scratchy on this one, so I might redo it with something a bit better, like even the colour pencil or the Inktense or something. This one was based on this one, but I thought, what would happen if I blacked in the inner pieces? Well, that's what happened. And this one, I used my Inktense pencils, mostly because I'm getting bored of the same old bright colours, and the Inktense pencils are giving me the opportunity to use some different colours. So I think finishing up this sketchbook, I will probably use my Inktense pencils a bit more. And this is one that I'm working on at the minute. It's not finished yet, but again, it's based on these, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. So next time I speak to you, I will show you where I've got to with that. Yeah, so I hit 1,000 subscribers just before Christmas. Thank you very much, everybody. That's a really wonderful achievement. And to celebrate, my family surprised me with a big balloon and a mug. They secretly took a photograph of the drawing in my sketchbook. I'd left it on the table just to let the page dry because I'd used my Inktense pencils, and surprised me with a 1,000 subscriber mug. How cute is that? And the other thing that I'd worked on just on the run up before Christmas was some flowers for my daughter's Will You Be My Bridesmaid gifts. Really enjoyed doing that, and I know that I've got lots and lots more flowers to be making over the next 10 months, I suppose now. Crikey, less than 10 months. Wow, I've got my work cut out for me. Never mind. So one thing I have realised over the last few weeks is I really don't like drawing in artificial light. I much prefer doing my drawing during the day. So I'm super glad that the shortest day is behind us and we can now move on. Yay! So my apologies if I sound a little bit flat today. I'm pretty exhausted. It's been quite a busy few weeks. Even though I've spent quite a lot of time drawing in my sketchbook and resting, you know, there's been the usual Christmas things to be getting on with, and Christmas dinners to cook, and mince pies to eat, and all that jazz as well. I also had my DEXA scan, still waiting for the results of that. I've seen dermatology. They've signed me off, but you know, we'll see. There's nothing more they can do for my face. So for now, I'm just going to have to, you know, keep putting the sun cream on and covering up my marks on my face. Anyway, it's all good. I'm not really feeling down about it, but you know, it's fine. So thank you for joining me this week. Do give me a thumbs up if you made it this far, and let me know what you've been doing over Christmas. I'd love to hear what you've been getting up to and what you've been drawing, and maybe you've got some new art supplies for Christmas that you're itching to try. That's always good, isn't it, when you get new art supplies for Christmas? I did get some, but I'll share those with you at a later date. Well, some of them you've already seen here, but we'll talk about those another day. So yeah, I think that's about it for this week. I'll be back next month. So I've decided that I'm only going to do these chatty videos once a month at the start of each month, mostly because it's quite a lot of work putting these together, and I need to slow down just a little bit more, and I've also got all the wedding stuff to be preparing for, so time is going to be a bit more limited over the next few months. So, you know, you'll get to see half a sketchbook every month, hopefully, and whatever else I've been working on as well. So until next time, keep drawing, keep experimenting, keep trying different colours, different mediums, and keep filling up your sketchbook, and I'll do the same. Bye for now.